They found it, they measured it, and for a brief moment, they understood it. That was their last moment of clarity. This is Project Anoxia, Chapter 3, Controlled Disclosure. The first public statement was not meant to inform. It was meant to stabilize. At 900 local time, a brief announcement was released across multiple national channels. It did not interrupt programming. It appeared between scheduled segments, delivered in a calm, measured tone by a spokesperson whose name most people did not recognize. The message was simple. There had been minor irregularities detected in deep ocean environmental readings. These fluctuations, the statement assured, were within manageable limits and posed no immediate threat to public safety. The phrase was repeated twice. No immediate threat. The broadcast lasted 42 seconds. Most people did not see it. Those who did not remember it, but markets did. By 9:17, energy stocks dipped. By 9:23, they stabilized. By 9:40, the movement was gone. The system had absorbed it. Layla Rahmani watched the statement from her office. She did not recognize the wording. It did not match any report she had written. It did not match the data. She replayed it twice. The tone was deliberate, neutral, unconcerned. It was not wrong, but it was not true. At 10:15 UTC, access restrictions increased. Several research terminals were locked out of shared databases. External communications were flagged for review. Certain keywords, oxygen variants, deep sea anomaly, atmospheric modeling, triggered automated delays. Layla tested it. She sent an email containing a summary of her findings. It did not send. It remained in her outbox, time-stamped, unmoved. Across multiple institutions, similar restrictions appeared, quietly, without announcement. Some researchers noticed, most did not. At 11:30 UTC, the independent verification team submitted their report. It concluded, no significant deviation beyond expected environmental variability. The document was approved within minutes. It was circulated more widely than Layla's. At 12:05 UTC, an internal directive was issued. All future references to the anomaly were to use standardized language. Localized oceanic fluctuation. No alternative terminology permitted. At 13:20 UTC, a second broadcast aired, longer this time. It included a brief interview with a senior environmental official. He spoke confidently, referencing historical data, natural variability, and the resilience of Earth's systems. There is no cause for concern, he said. He smiled when he said it. Across the city, people listened. Some nodded, some ignored it. A few felt something they could not quite define, a faint discomfort, not fear, not yet. At 14:10 UTC, hospitals in 3 separate coastal regions reported minor increases in respiratory complaints, nothing dramatic. Patients described shortness of breath, lightheadedness, apparence in potential. Wheeling through conditions were pretty more of not getting enough air. Vital signs were mostly but still within acceptable range. Doctors attributed it to anxiety, seasonal variation, air quality fluctuations. The cases were not connected. At 15:45 UTC, emergency services logged a cluster of similar reports. Different locations, same symptoms. No pattern was officially recognized. At 1600 UTC, the first internal disagreement occurred. A junior analyst flagged a correlation between deep-sea oxygen depletion and rising atmospheric irregularities in localized zones. The report was marked speculative and closed. Layla saw the data anyway. She had started copying everything offline, manually. Her desk was covered in printouts now, charts layered over charts, numbers rewritten, verified, rechecked. The trend was no longer subtle. The ocean was losing oxygen faster, and something else was increasing. She still did not know what it was, but she could see its effect. It did not disperse like a gas should. It settled. At 1730 UTC, a coastal monitoring station reported atmospheric irregularities directly above a deep-sea anomaly zone. Slight, barely measurable. A deviation in gas composition. The system flagged it, then reclassified it as sensor drift. Layla did not believe in drift. At 1805 UTC, she received another message. Not a call this time. Text. Unknown sender. You're not wrong. She stared at it. A second message followed. But you're early. At 1840 UTC, a closed-door meeting began. This time, scientists were present. Not many. And not Layla. The discussion was more direct. Data was presented. Trends acknowledged. Someone used the word escalation. Someone else used the word containment. One scientist asked, "Can we stop it?" No one answered immediately. Then, "We don't know what it is yet." Another question, "Worst case?" A pause. Then, quietly, "Atmospheric impact. How severe?" Longer pause. Then, "Total." Silence followed, brief, controlled. Then the conversation shifted, not to solutions, to messaging. At 1925 UTC, a decision was made. There would be no escalation. Not yet. At 2010 UTC, a third broadcast was prepared. This one included additional reassurance, more data, more confidence. It would air the next morning. At 2100 UTC, the first video appeared online. Unverified, low quality. A man standing on a beach, breathing heavily. He laughed once, then said, "I can't catch my breath." The video ended abruptly. It received 12 views. At 2230 UTC, similar videos began to appear. Different locations, same words, same tone, confusion. They were flagged and removed. At 2350 UTC, atmospheric readings above multiple coastal regions showed minor but consistent deviation, still within acceptable range, still deniable. At 030 UTC, oxygen levels dropped again, oceanic, atmospheric, slight, but synchronized. At 110 UTC, the acoustic pattern returned, longer this time, 14 seconds, structured, repeating. No alert was issued. At 2 o'clock UTC, a paramedic in a coastal city removed his oxygen mask briefly to adjust it. He inhaled, paused, then put it back on immediately. Later, he would describe the moment simply. There wasn't enough. At 3 o'clock UTC, the world continued, still functioning, still stable, still unaware, but no longer unchanged. Thanks for listening to Chapter 3, Controlled Disclosure. If you like our show, please subscribe and share with your friends and family. Now you are among those who know that the truth was discovered, and then it was buried. Move to Chapter 4. This has been a Last Echo Archive production.